Khris Middleton has been in the scenes a lot lately, due to his astronomical development and fantastic performance on the court. I mean, you can't disagree, that guy is like a magician. And the fact that he has been named in the NBA All-Star says a lot about the efforts he's putting into the game. But even the magician started from somewhere, and believe it or not, Khris Middleton actually has some really humble beginnings. James Christian Middleton was born on August 12, 1991, in Charleston, South Carolina, to James and Michelle Middleton. He is the second of two children and has an older sister named Brittany. Khris was born into a very athletic family that was really passionate about basketball, so it's not surprising that he has a great love for the game. He grew up loving the game. His father would drive him 5 hours from Charleston to Atlanta during the summer so that Khris could practice with top-tier AAU teams. Practicing with grown-ups, even though he was just 12, showed Khris the amount of work he needed to put in to level up his game. No doubt this was really tough on him and very tasking on his body, but he was too determined to quit. Although sometimes he was only human, as his father revealed that Khris would sometimes cry on their way back home. To cheer him up, father and son usually made stops at Fuddruckers in Columbia, South Carolina, where he let Khris order anything he wanted. Well, this tells us one thing: the food has always been the way to a man's heart. Tested and trusted. James always told him, "Get yourself together. I cannot let you come into the house crying, or I'm going to be in trouble with your mother." Well, if I'm the one who had to spend 5 hours alone with the baby of the house, I certainly won't want him entering the house crying. Mama bears can get really vicious, you know. Khris isn't the only basketball player in his family. He is cousins with Josh Powell. Yes, the legendary Josh Powell. Khris played for the Cyclones under coach John Pearson at Porter God's School, where he averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds per game. In his junior season, Khris was named the State Player of the Year after he scored an average of 21 points and 8.6 rebounds per game. He achieved the same honors in his senior year with an even higher average of 22.4 points and 8.6 rebounds per game, and led Porter God to the state title game. At the end of the season, he was named Most Valuable Player of the Porter God Holiday Classic after scoring a total of 22 points in the championship. He was also nominated for the 2009 McDonald's All-American Boys Game, although he didn't get to play. At the end of his high school career, he was named the best shooter at his position and was ranked 64th best prospect in his class by ESPN. Quite the prospect, he was approached by Texas A&M, South Carolina Gamecocks, Virginia Tech Hokies, St. Joseph's Hawks, and Michigan Wolverine basketball teams. But he chose to play for Texas A&M because he liked the college town atmosphere and felt more comfortable with the coaching staff. He signed for the Aggies on May 30th, 2008. Coming into the Aggies team, there were already high expectations for him, as he was expected to fill the void Josh Carter was leaving behind. Carter was one of the best players in A&M history, who broke the record for the most 3 points scored in A&M history after scoring his 233rd three-pointer in a game against UNC Wilmington. He finished his college career with a total of 1,566 points, which placed him 7th on the all-time points scored list. In addition to all these, he is also the player with the most wins in A&M history, with a total of 97 career wins. This is who Khris was supposed to replace. As you'd expect, it was a tough job even for someone as determined as Khris Middleton. At the end of the season, he averaged 7.2 points and 3.7 rebounds per game and scored the highest in 5 games, which includes the 16 points he scored against Missouri to cancel an 11-point deficit, leading his team to a 77-74 victory, and 19 points in a 69-53 victory over Utah State. A&M ended the season with a record of 24-10. His sophomore years were better, as he ended the year with 14.3 points and 5.2 rebounds per game, while leading his team to finish 9th in the Big 12. His shooting got better too, and he was hitting 78.4% of his free throws and scoring 45% of his shots from the floor. He was also the team's highest scorer in 16 games, with a career-high 31 points in a victory over the University of Arkansas that ended 71-62. He was named the Big 12 Player of the Week and Oscar Robertson National Player of the Week. At the end of the season, he was named in the All-Big 12 second team. He was named to the 10-man All-District 7 team by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. This team included players from Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana. He was made eligible for the State Farm Division I All-American teams after he made the All-8th District second team. During his junior year, he suffered a nasty knee injury that left him on the sidelines for 12 games. This affected his team greatly, making the Aggies finish 14-18 overall and 4-4 in the Big 12. However, he ended the season with an average of 13.2 points and 5 rebounds per game. At the end of the season, he declared for the NBA draft, forfeiting his final college season. In the 2012 NBA draft, Middleton was selected as the 30th overall pick for the Detroit Pistons and signed his rookie scale contract in August. He was sent to the NBA Development League to play with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants in December 2012, but was recalled a week later by the Pistons. He didn't see regular playing time, however, and managed to average 6.1 points, 1.9 rebounds, and 1 assist in 17.6 minutes per game in 27 games. In 2013, he was traded along with Vyacheslav Kravtsov and Brandon Knight to the Milwaukee Bucks for Brandon Jennings, and that is where he started shining. Unlike the Pistons, the Bucks let him play all 82 games in the 2013-14 season, which saw his average 12.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 30 minutes per game. Impressive, right? In the same year, Giannis Antetokounmpo joined the Bucks, and Middleton found the best teammate for his style of play. The pair is one of the best teammates in the NBA right now, and their coordination and cohesiveness have played a huge role in the Bucks' recent performances. Giannis was definitely a major factor that made Khris re-sign with the Bucks for another 5 years in 2015, and extended his contract by yet another 5 years following the 2018-19 season. His newest contract is worth $178 million, which made his net worth rise to a mouth-watering $20 million. Over the last couple of years, he has made some great leaps in his career and has developed finely. In January 2020, he hit a career-high 51 points, scoring 16 of 26 shots, which includes 7 three-pointers. He dedicated this game to the legend Kobe Bryant, saying, "I definitely dedicate that game to him as a thank you for what he did for the game." Middleton may not be the best player in the league, but he's definitely that clutch player the Bucks need. He's that guy everyone turns to and expects to make the shots, even under great pressure. That's why his relationship with Giannis is the most important in the team, because when Giannis is tied down, Khris steps up and makes the shot. You can't not love this guy. He is currently in a relationship with Samantha Dunton, and they welcomed their first daughter in April 2019. Middleton had to fly to Milwaukee immediately after a playoff game over the Detroit Pistons so that he didn't miss the birth of his first child. Cute, I must say. And that is the story of Khris Middleton's upbringing. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like on the video.